Hello everybody, sorry, I just hopped off of a Discord call with RoboSky and Delano. RoboSky, I think I've talked about them before on stream. RoboSky's like a crazy great, like actually an art school artist. So shout out to RoboSky. We had a really fun conversation on like people and just like stuff like that. RoboSky is definitely like an intellectual. I don't know. Because like Delano and him are just very smart people, so I always love talking to them. But yeah, hope you're all having a good day so far. Oh my god, Rise, I'm so happy to see you. Apparently, Rise was in voice chat right before I went into the voice chat, and then he had to go. So really good seeing you, Rise. Really good seeing you, Kat. Thank you guys for joining. Of course, I think Delano's here as well. I'm unmuted, right? Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, I'm having a really good one. I already did some warm-up while I was just chatting with them, but we're gonna still do some more warm-up. I realized I did not set up my camera. Uh-oh. Camera activate. Okay, cool. So yeah, I hope you had a good day, Kat. Not much happened today. That means it's a good day. Any day that ends in day is a good day. as Pooh Bear once said. But yeah, so, and if you want to know where that quote's from, I highly recommend reading the book The Tao of Pooh, or The Tao of Pooh. Introduction of Taoism explained through Winnie the Pooh. It's a really good book. So yeah, I'm in a really good mood tonight. I mean, how could you be in a bad mood after such a great day chatting with friends? I got a new game today. It's called, oh my gosh, me and names. Where is it? Not Marvel Rivals, even though I need to play that. Chance of Sinar. It is a game where you have to slowly decipher a language, and you do it through solving puzzles. It's pretty fun so far. It's a bit more boring than I expected. I'm not a huge fan of point and clicks, but it's interesting. So yeah, I haven't done warm-ups today. Took an art day off, and hey, that's huge. Do your thing, Cat. Honestly, we don't need to be... I tackle drawing my own way, and some people don't want to draw every day, but maybe on the days they draw for like 4 hours. I can't handle drawing that long, but I like drawing every day because it's a habit I've built. But yeah, oh shoot, I just realized me like stressing drawing this much could probably like discourage people. We'll think about that as we go forward. But yeah, so we're gonna do one more warm-up today. Nope. There we go. And then we're gonna do some more head constructions. I already actually did some today. I've done a lot today, geez. And yeah, so everybody, we're gonna start our warm-up real quick. Take a quick sip of water. Man, I was so glad to see Ryzen here. Hopefully he stops by again, or maybe he's in chat, just can't talk. Oh, and I set the wrong timer. Dang it. You know, here, let's take a sip of water before I start yapping. Rise, Robosky, or sorry, Delano, Robosky, and I, we're talking about, like, one part of the conversation's a conversation I always hate having. Not like hate is like, oh, I hate, it always comes up, but like, the YouTuber drama. Apparently, like, I try to stay away from it. But I indulged, and I was like, oh, what's the new YouTuber drama? And it was Mr. Beast and all that. And I don't know the full story, and honestly, I wouldn't like to, but it always just disappoints me so much. And I just would rather stay away from that stuff. And I'm not sure if it's a good... I told them this because, on one hand, avoiding this information is probably healthy in some way, right? Like, staying away from all this negative news and stuff like that. But Delano did make a point that it's good to know about it, to acknowledge these things and learn from people, whether it be learning how to avoid people like those or stuff like that. Or, but another bad thing is, is me ignoring it to not feel bad, just absolving myself of the responsibility I have to be a good person, you know? Now, obviously, it's pretty... Hey, what's up, Noob God? Whoa, Noob God, you were here... Was it last stream or the stream before? Hope all is well. We're getting philosophical for a second. To continue my last thought, it's not really hard to avoid what Mr. Beast and whoever that other person was did. Not really hard to avoid that. But yeah, given the context, right? There's always some drama on YouTube. I'm just here for the memes. Can I quote you that on that, Cat? I love that so much. I love that actually so much. That's... I'm gonna quote that if you don't mind. I'm just here for the memes. I really like that. But yeah. Food for thought, right? And yeah, Noob God, hope all is well, man. We're gonna be continuing our head lesson today. Yeah, so I said I already did some. I did some without doing the cross sections, and then I did one without drawing an entire box and then subtracting from it. So we're gonna do a couple of those. And then the last one we do today, or maybe two of them, we're gonna have the mandible, the hyroid bone, and the occipital bone. And then tomorrow we'll chop off the sides of the head. And yeah, so these are gonna get exponentially more difficult. Oh, I didn't start my timer. Oops. These are gonna get exponentially more difficult, and that's okay, because that's how learning things is. But it's my goal, guys, not really to learn how to draw heads here, but to manage my I'm not sure if you guys have this. Whenever, like, I encounter something that's difficult to draw, I start rushing and making shortcuts and bad decisions. Like, I stop mindfully checking my vanishing points. I stop doing that. So that's what I want to really train here, is that habit of not letting my, not letting my impatience inhibit the quality of my work. I think that's like one of probably the most underrated skills in art is managing that call to just scribble. I feel like in the past couple of days I've drawn 250 boxes all over again. I'm currently listening to, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I have to find it. Where is it? Where's my tab? Help me. I'm currently listening to This Town Needs Guns, Animals. It's an album by This Town Needs Guns. RoboSky recommended it. It's math rock. I'm not gonna be listening to it for the whole stream, but I do appreciate math rock. It weirdly enough, it reminds me of my calculus class, because whenever I studied for the finals, I listened to math rock. It's a weird association that I have. Good lines. My pen is a bit dry though, so it is causing some issues. I swear guys, it's the pen. I'm not bad. I promise. Yep, I hope everyone had a good day. What is today? Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. The summer is almost over for me, but I hope it is much longer for you guys. I'll be moving back to my apartment quite soon. We'll be doing our new setup there. I may buy some like foam. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this. I didn't mean to. Here's a book I've been reading intermittently. It's called Feng Shui Modern by Cliff Tan. If you guys ever are on TikTok or YouTube Shorts and you see that guy who's like, don't be a wiener, or like he offers design tips on how to like arrange your house and stuff, this is a book he wrote, and I've never had like a how to design your living space book, but oh my gosh, not only does the book smell really good, which is a really weird thing to say, but it's one of the best looking books I've ever had. Like, look at this. Like, oh my gosh, these illustrations are beautiful. And like talks about like not only the like origins of feng shui and why we believe some things about it, but like if you don't believe in the more mystical spiritual nature of it, which is completely valid, and he talks about that in the book, there's a science behind the decisions made in feng shui, such as the command position, the directions, and it just makes intuitive sense whether you want to describe it with animals and elements or just science. For example, the position behind you is represented by the turtle because the turtle has its shell on its back. It's protected, and you want to be protected on your back too. So a good way to create that, even if you don't have a wall to your back whenever you're working or stuff, like let's say you're sitting down, then get a chair with a high back to it so you feel covered, secure, and all that. And the turtle is also represented by the element of earth because it's stable, strong, all that. It's very, very cool. And yeah, there's the phoenix or the bird in front of you, which represents water, flow, energy, all that stuff. And it's like a good, it's like the origin of the command position. You want to see the flow of chi right in front of you. I'm not sure if he explicitly states that, but that's how I imagine it. Do I believe in chi? No. But I definitely believe in the some of the principles in the book. Maybe I believe in like a social chi, like, you know, if you yell at someone, they're more inclined to yell back. You know? If you want to describe it in that way, then sure. Okay, let's do some ellipses. I'm already feeling pretty good and warmed up today, so this is more of just a formality for kicking off the stream. I say as I mess up this very long sausage form. Let's increase the degree a lot, so we're gonna make it very narrow right here. Make it larger from that. Oh, this is a very awkward position to draw it in though. Fun. That was almost pretty good. Just the sausage form was a bit meh. Oh shit, I don't have chat open. Ooh, bad. Another bitrate warning. How do I okay, I need to change my bitrate. Oh man, when I started listening to it, I had a hard time with these sausages. Yeah, they're tough. The best way I got over it was not only like ghosting the entire thing and making sure you have a really good idea of it, but I like starting from the back. See how like I start over here? Because that's the smoothest part, you're not curving inwards. And once you curve over here, you have an idea of how you want to do it, but also, once I get to this point, I just do a circle. Now, am I good at that? No. And then I stop from the circle. And I go over here, and I usually like undersell that part, and yeah, me stopping right there kind of created a dent. But like at the end of the day, all a sausage is, Uncomfy says this, and I said it in my video. It's just a sphere. And a sphere connected by a tube. And then from there, you get to decide where we see on what sphere, like, you know. Maybe we can only see that. And it comes towards us, so you can't see much of this sphere anymore. And you know, the horizon's right here. Now you can see more of it over here. Is it a perfect example? No, but I think it kind of sells the idea, right? Yeah, back here you have the other side of the... That kind of ish, yeah. You know, sausage forms will always be there. So will branches, so will everything we learn. So, might as well get good at it now, right? But dang, if it isn't intimidating. Yeah, because I really could have ghosted that a lot more. That's not a good one. Despite how much I've boasted about warming up today. Fun stuff. I'd say we'll call it at that, because why not? Draw this for funsies. Let's see, this is... Intuitively, I just want to do a slightly curved line that way. And over here, we'll do a slightly curved one this way. Oh my gosh, my headphones are on, and I can hear not only my dog barking in the background, everybody say hi, but also the cicadas. Oh my goodness. What is it, Brood 19, Brood 17, whatever it's called? Cool. Okay, so we'll be continuing our head construction practice today. It's a bit monotonous, it's a bit whatever, but wash on, wash off. You do have to do those somewhat monotonous things sometimes. Not only art, but every hobbit? Every habit and every hobby, right? At the end of the day, sometimes, even if you could do one-arm push-ups to get stronger, you just have to do a bunch of them sometimes. Obviously, there's much more science that goes behind that, and but yeah. We can't hit our max every day, and we can't start a variation of an exercise every day. Sometimes it's just a bit too much. Cool, so excellent warm-up today. That and this one, and the one I did earlier today. So for those who are wondering, we're going to be, you know, still working through our Anatomy for Artists Drawing Form and Pose book by Tom Fox. Specifically, we'll be marching through lesson 1. These drawings are so awesome. I can't wait to be at this level one day. So yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Oh yeah, and we also wanted to approach drawing the neck today too. That was a big goal of today. Where we're gonna do a cylinder, a prism of some sort, and connect that to the hyroid. I think that was everything to do with the neck. And also, Anatole actually sent me a video yesterday. I completely forgot to watch it. That's my bad. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, so yeah, he does 2 prisms here. I'm pretty sure Tom Fox does a cylinder somewhere else. But yeah, so we'll attempt that. Yeah, see, this is more cylinder-like, with the hyroid there. But, you know, Anatole sent me a video, which looks really good. I need to watch it. I'll probably do that after the stream, or maybe when I'm going to bed tonight, who knows. But yeah, so we basically, we haven't mastered, but we've gotten better at this, so we're here now. Give me a second. Here we are. So yeah, we want to be able to accomplish this right here. That's our new goal. Which is pretty intimidating. I shall not lie. Because yeah, we're chopping off. Where does this line come from? When did he chop off that, actually, now that I think about it? I mean, it makes sense. I can see how it happens. This is a pretty big jump. So maybe we can go for this instead of worrying about the hyroid and neck for now. And the mandible. So yeah, okay, I guess we go for this one. And we could just do a cylinder and just intuitively know that the hyroid and mandible exists. And we'll worry about it some... I mean, all we're adding is that. Yeah. I don't think there's really a neck section. Beyond that, at least, for constructing it. Maybe I should have read the entire chapter before I brought it here. Yeah, because you have the occipital, and then we flesh out those known variables. And his definition for known variables is just like the complexity of it. So how many, like, our known variable or our variables per se is basically the planes, the number of planes that we use. So variables increase, planes increase. Oh, I'm back. I was talking to Alana. No way were you just back in the Discord. I swear to God, are you? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are you like avoiding me, sir? You're gonna get a pay. Thank you, man. These are so cool. I can't wait to like really dig into this. They're gonna be awesome. But really glad to see you, Rise. It's been a minute. It's always welcome, and very glad to see you here. Hope all has been well. Delano told me some things that you said about your recent journeys, but I'll leave you to talk about them if you so wish. Okay, so yeah, the brow's next. Yeah, so other than our frontal, yeah, so frontal bone after the known variable and occipital bone. Whew, that's a lot of stuff to memorize. Look at that. Why is there someone talking in my music? I appreciate... Yeah. Just talking to Rise, he's playing ultimate hide and seek with you. I know, dude, he's dodging me. That may result in some pay deductions. Yeah. I don't know, man. That score is gonna have to change if he wants to see a change in the salary, just saying. But yeah, really good to see him. Also, yeah, I'm trying to find... Where was the... I was gonna listen to another song midstream, but I couldn't... Let's set our hour timer too. Because I think I either may hang out with Delano and Robo Sky if they're still in the Discord after the stream, or I'm going to play Battlefield because my friends want me to play Battlefield with them. And I don't... Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of playing it, but they really like it. And the chance to hang out with people is always appreciated. Best of Edvard Grieg. Classical music? Oh wait, I'm not feeling classical right now. Or math rock. That's more like jazz, math jazz. Oh, I started my timer. I'm not feeling like anything sad. I think I may be a bit too picky, everybody. I don't want to listen to a song that says I feel like I'm going to cry. I don't feel like I'm going to cry, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, this is jazzy. Okay. A bit upbeat jazz. Wasn't expecting that. So, yeah. I hope you guys had some fun looking at this for the past, like, 3 minutes. 2/3, a bit past that. At a certain point in art, the estimations just kind of have to happen. This is, Anatomy for Artists, Drawing, Form, and Pose. It is my favorite book on anatomy so far. Now, I don't have much, to show for it, right? But the one thing here, what we'll do, I'll be right back, guys. So this is my first anatomy book, and a lot of people attest to it, and I can agree. Like, it's a good book. But one of the first things they talk about on here is gesture, and that's really confusing for me as a person who's just learned about form, and yet I'm immediately going into like this fluid state. It's very arbitrary, you know, you only like kind of outline your forms. Like, I get it, but I need something concrete, right? And so this one's good, and I'm going to approach gesture and more stuff more like this one day. But what Tom Fox does is oh, whoa, hit my mic. Also, it's a really good looking book, right? We don't necessarily care, or we do care about gesture, but when learning about form and how to put something on the page that looks human, it's better to learn that, he doesn't even say that. Let me find it, because I don't want to twist his words. Whatever, I can't find it. But basically, we're going to be learning about form first. And so what he does is he walks you through the process by saying, okay, we're going to learn the lower detail, and we're going to slowly increase our detail as we go through our book. And guess what he does? He starts with the head, because he works his way down. I mean, better to break it up into pieces and learn about it. And we start literally, and I love his little animations he does. We start with a cube, we squish it, we chop off, whereas you have the, oh, okay, yeah. You chop it off, you measure it, and we have this form, okay? And then from that form, we can add or should I say remove the sides of it, and then get this shape, which is more head-like. And he calls this a not level of detail, but is, what is it? Not multivariable, known variables. And he keeps increasing those known variables. So now we have the hyroid and the mandible, and that helps us care about the jaw and the neck. And then once learning about that, we add the frontal lobe, the occipital bone, all that stuff, or frontal bone, I should say. And then it gets to a point where we're all the way over here. Look at this, really breaking everything. And at this point, I think he's like, okay, it's just kind of better to start thinking about things in terms of organic shapes. And look at what we do here. And oh wow, hair. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a lot to go through. It doesn't teach you everything, but it's definitely a great starting point, and I personally vibe with it. So yeah, our goal is this today. I'm actually going to take a picture of this with my phone. Actually, no, I'm just going to leave it on my table over here. Kind of reference it. I'm actually looking at it. He doesn't give a solid definition for where that line on the head should be, but it looks like the brow line. And if it's the brow line, then it should be the upper third of it, because the head is basically split into thirds. From top of head to brow line, then brow line to nose, and then, or like lower nose, right? Now you're the top of your nose, and then that to the mouth and chin. From my understanding, that's actually what I got from this book, and the not only that, but Ruben Lara's art. So, cool. And just to show you guys what we did earlier today, and last stream, is the first stream we did yesterday. We did these where we use the cross method to find the middle, and then we're like, okay, enough of that, we're gonna go upgrade to this level, and we did. And then today what I did is I did that a couple times, and then I upgraded to this level, where I don't use that box anymore, the entire box, which isn't the end of the world, but it's a good it's good to be able to do it on my own, right? Training wheels removed. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so this is my underneath page. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just add to it, and we're gonna do practically the same way I did the 250 box challenges, just like 5 boxes a page, maybe more. Doing it. I hope all is well, Rise. So are you back in the States? Hopefully you've been a traveler. Okay, cool. Maybe one day on this channel, I would like to partner with some up-and-coming musicians, you know? I don't want to be like, oh, I'll give you, was it like exposure? I don't want to be one of those people, but back in Hawaii for the next 4 days. So technically in the States. Hey, Hawaii, that's really nice. Then 10 days oh, huge. Okay. Good to hear, man. Home sweet home. Oh, geez. I just realized we're in like the thick of it. Okay. Well, when in doubt, start with the box. I'm going to read this page one more time just to like, I'm going to pause the timer because we're letting a lot of time go. Just see if he has any measurements for us. Sternocleidomastoid. That's the neck one. I always forget how to pronounce that. Okay, well, let's do this. We got this, everybody. So I'm gonna do this one awfully large. We're gonna do a typical 3/4 view just to keep it simple for us. The box is basically 1 by 2 by 3. So we'll do that here. We have our 1 unit. We have our 2 unit. We'll let it get foreshortened just a tiny bit. Then 3. Gonna go too far, but I think that's about good. I've had a bad habit of like looking back at my work, I make them a bit too stubby. Yes, I'm very happy about how the the last video performed. It really surprised me. I left for my trip and I came back. I'm like, oh wow, dang. Hopefully it's out there helping people, you know. I'm already starting to draft up the lesson 4. I want to get the lesson 4 and 3 video out before Christmas, or at least during winter break. I think that's best of all worlds. So those videos take a lot. Thank you, man. Thank you. A lot of effort not only went into that video, but lesson 2, as we all know. What a beast of an assignment. Okay, so we gotta be careful here. We're gonna make sure this is 2 units back, so we do have to foreshorten just a tiny bit. This one can stay pretty straight. About like that. That'd be perfect. Actually, it could be thicker, so width-wise. So we don't need to bring that one so far back. Maybe like this. That's pretty good. I like that. Your voice sounds so calming. Thank you very much. I've been told by many that my voice is the opposite of that. Oh, we need to switch our pens. But thank you very much. I think it's the microphone. I've made it really bassy. But then again, if you ask anybody, they'd say their voice sounds annoying. So thank you very much. I really felt, even Delano mentioned it when I was recording for the lesson 2 video. I was like super nasally. I just generally am, but oh wait, why did I reinforce that line? Well, whatever, we're gonna make a pretty thick box anyways. Man's got a deep voice. That's the thing, for the longest time I've been told, like when I was in high school, And that's the thing, like, I never really noticed a change in my voice during high school. But I was, like, always told, like, I had Ben Shapiro's voice. And I think it's mostly because I talk really fast. But that was a unique form of bullying, to say the least. Jeez. Hypothetically, if we put our box... I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I watched too much Germa and he talks a bit fast. Then again, I'll never feel bad about being compared to Germa. In fact, I think I look quite... Actually, no. Maybe if I shaved, I would look like Germa. Because, like, a couple years ago when I didn't have my beard, like, I lost a ton of weight right after COVID. Like, I lost, like, I think 40 pounds. And then I grew a beard. And so, like, I think maybe at the beginning of that, I would look a tiny bit like Germa. But Germa's skinnier, so... I don't know. Look at me talking like, I want to be Germa, I want to be Germa. Now, I do not have his hair, that's for sure. Like, if I grew up my hair, maybe, but he has some awesome hair. Have your art goals changed while I've been gone? Not really. I've drawn a lot less mechs, but I still love mechs a lot. It's just, I'm definitely really into, like, musculature right now, like, expression through gesture and form. But yeah, we're still pretty much on the character design track. How about yourself. I really loved your mech studies that you did while on the boat. That was so cool, dude. I remember those. I was like, dang! Actual training arc. For those who don't know, Mod Rise has been on a bit of a vacation. No, not a vacation. Not at all a vacation, but he's been gone for a bit, and he's been grinding. He's been making sure, putting in the time with his art. I think I'm being a bit too anal about this, yeah, whatever, okay. I'm not going to draw through my form. Actually, yeah, we'll draw through my form now, and then we'll get rid of it later, kick out those training wheels. Oh yeah, Rise, if you didn't notice, we upgraded our stream. We're now in 1440p. No more of that 1080p garbage. Work's been rough, kind of lacking in the training arc recently, but it's filler episodes now. Hey, we all need filler episodes, right? And Rise, you know what that means, right? They have the training arc, they have the filler, and then they have the final boss, like, right after that. So, dude, you're close. The final boss of Drawbox is you have to defeat uncomfortable in hand-to-hand combat. You go to, like, a special island, and you have to fight over a volcano. They say the only person who's been able to win that fight is Kim Jong-ji. Respectfully. Seems really narrow on the back compared to what I wanted, but whatever. It's probably just me messing up the VPs because I'm yapping so much. Ah, yikes, whatever. Okay, cool. So we have our box, and now we're gonna start trimming things. We want to grab the middle of this box. I have one of Kim Jong-ji's paintings hung up in my room. I love looking at it before I go to sleep. I look at it, and every time I look at it, there's something new that I find that I really love. I'm not just saying that because, like, ooh, Kim Jong-ji fanboy. It's a very dense painting, and there's a lot going on. I say painting loosely. It's just, you know, giant. It's not? What? That's how... What? Is it ghee? Oh, it's ghee. Okay, sorry. My apologies. Kim Jong-gi. You know, what a goat. I feel like you break the bad news every time I talk about him, right? Like that. Oh, jeez. And we want to divide this into a third. We can use this over here as the Oh, that's so embarrassing. This one's gonna be a bit more straight. Yeah, I you corrected me. I remove your mod pay. But no, thank you for the critique. The correction. It is a bit disrespectful that I was saying his name incorrectly this whole time. Yeah, no, I know, right? That's already too late. Made the clips happen. Let's see, what am I doing here? These are all somewhat parallel. This one's a bit foreshortened. There are some hills I will die on pronunciation-wise. I'll never say gooey. I don't want to say gooey. I will say gooey. I know it's like that's the way you should pronounce it, whatever. I will never, ever, ever, ever say GIF. Ever. I don't care. I don't care at all. Oh, it's telling you. I don't care. That is, I think that's the only hill I'll die on. Like, I'm very, very, very flexible in like almost all my opinions ever. It's GIF. Like, to quote that one Germa clip, right? Is like, I think more people would be mad if, what is it? Like, if I said I didn't like pineapple on pizza than if I was Democrat or Republican. Like, that's the level I am with GIF. So yeah, after this, we do this little division here. We are going to trim off the sides. That doesn't seem right. Yikes, that was right. Wait. Whatever. And then we go out here. Use that. This is going to look really awkward, but we're going to have to commit. Yep. Very good, very nice. Yeah, so that line's definitely off, but in this one, yeah, whatever. So yeah, now we want to trim it. Basically, we're going to divide this into thirds. So we have this third, this third. My thirds are a bit off. We should have kind of probably divided it here. So we have this third, and then this third. And then right here, we're going to draw a line. And we want this part to stick out. And then we're going to have another line right here. And then he doesn't really give a measurement for how much we go in, but yeah. Yeah, boxes and boxes, I know, right? It never ends. We will never be free of the boxes. Also, hello, Dazzling. Hope all is well. Glad to see you join us tonight. And everybody's here. All we need is Fatima. Like, I swear. And like Pilgrim. Pilgrim stops by every once in a while. And then Anatole. I'm just like naming everyone who's been to the stream before, because like I'm at the point where like it's been just enough people that I can remember most of the names. Let's see, we had Mutton Chops 24. We had that one person who was like super enthusiastic and like paid like $500 to someone to bet that they'd finish Drawbox. Yeah, so there is a taper on the back as well. Wait till you get 50 people. I will wait. I will definitely wait for the 50 people. Honestly, guys, I've talked about it on stream many times. The notion of having like a ton of people in here is really scary to me. It's not even stage fright. It's just like, that's a lot of people. So maybe it is stage fright. Yeah, it is, it's a crazy notion to think that many people could ever be here. However, I am appreciative of each person, not only because it's awesome to see people here and number go up, but because that means people are hopefully working on something that they love. I mean, imagine if you had 50 people drawing one drawing, that would be insane. That would be awesome. Or just working on random stuff. Going to be practically parallel. These are those PP lines. And yeah, Anatol's probably busy. I mean, the guy was talking about how much he likes C, so he's probably debugging referencing errors right now. Is that a bit of a low blow? Yes, but I don't care. Sausage forms in perspective. I mean, so yeah, here, I'm gonna have a bit of a rant real quick. So sausage forms are already in perspective. If you wanted to, like, when you say in perspective, if you mean like to foreshorten them or anything, think about it like this. We talked about earlier on the stream how a sausage form is two spheres connected by a tube, right? Well, if one of those spheres is really close to you, and one of those spheres is really far away, and now we want to connect them, there you go. It's now in perspective. But you could even extend that and start it off with ellipses. We have the front of our sausage form right here. And then it's, you know, a bit wider. And even though the degree is staying somewhat the same, I mean, like, it's going further and further away from us. Like so. So my brain is playing trick. I know, right? Yeah, so when we draw these, we're technically drawing them in perspective. We're just drawing them without that much foreshortening, right? Because this is in perspective. It's going away from me, right? Like I'm looking really close to right here. Or even I could say like right here if we drew a straight line. If you looked at this from the side, this was still a circle. And all of these circles are just kind of doing this at this point, right? Bending towards us. This is the side view. If you're like looking from over here, like a camera, an X-ray camera, you'd see this. Yep, that's the trick. It is tough. But yeah, so that's why in the lesson 2 video I talked about intersections, or like what is it, like sausage form, like whenever they were on top of each other. Like the, this assignment. This one is really difficult for me, but the little trick I found is if I drew a sausage form and then started thinking about the ellipses before I started thinking about the overall form and how they're turning through space, and then from there drawing it after that, while it is a bit wonky, it definitely helped me think about it beforehand. Tapered yeah, no, I don't even know how to approach that. Because, like, yeah, a tapered cone, or just a cone, you know, already looks like something's going infinitely in that direction. I guess the only thing you could do for that is to start off with a box, and then, as you do with all things, I know this is illegal what I'm doing, but this, and then you know, if you needed to be really methodical with it. something like that, right? And then if you really wanted to show that, depending on the texture, you could just getting closer to our camera, not by a lot, so our degree is going to shift just a tiny bit. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, no. Don't get me started. Neat but wrong. This is incorrect. Really? Oh, geez. Is there a specific way of doing, or like tapered cones, or like? Yeah, I guess I don't know what you mean. But yeah, I have no idea. Like, I'm not a a definitive source on that subject. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, that's a good question. That is a great question, Kat. We, Delano, I think he gave me, or is either Delano or Rise, one of them gave me a great idea, was to like end every stream by doing a page of that, which is actually like super productive, because then I'll do like lesson 5 and then end it with that, or do it as a warm-up. But yeah, we do need to do it. In fact, do I have to do that before lesson 5? Is that recommended before lesson 5? Because if so, it's a toughin'. I don't know. And also just painful, right? So drawing over here. So we have basically what is a square over here. Yeah, it would be definitely a very boring stream, but it would kind of be like this, where I'm just chatting. Talking about whatever. See, this needs to be pointed inwards a bit. And at some point, these constructions will just start having to depend on my intuition and start constructing things instead of from a box, but just plane by plane. Yeah, so like for example, right here, we know one's gonna go up, it's gonna go up like this. In fact, more like this, and then from there. But like that, yeah, probably. Like there's not much math going on there, that's just estimations of how I think it should be. I mean, at the end of the day, you can be as analytical and technical as you want, but human error and conceptual error will trump all. So yeah, like lines like this, very hard to decipher. And you just kind of have to use your best intuition over here, because we know it's going to be practically parallel to this. Just the length is a bit questionable. And so we just want to... Yeah, so these weren't angled enough. Yeah, it should have been more out there. Cool. So while I usually only double up on lines for the outside ones, I'm just going to do it for all important lines. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, shoot, everybody. Yeah, so we're supposed to do this. Now that we're here, we go up. But we follow the oh, that's so strange. So we know this is the midline, so we bring the midline up right here. Then we bring this line up here. Then we find where these two intersect. And then we bring it over here. Oh my gosh, look at that. What the heck? Oh, that hurts my brain and my soul a little bit. Okay. I feel like this should have been narrower too. Tom Fox has a section in his book where he talks about how people usually leave the jaw being too wide, but the skull is more of like a, here's the skull, and people automatically assume it's like this, but in reality the skull is a bit more like this. And it's because we're so used to having the cheeks here that we are biased towards thinking that the jaw exists here, but in reality we have that cheekbone taper. Same brain hurt. When does it not in art, right? Or in life. Life's tough. So yeah, let's bring it in a bit more. Let's say this was half, this is a quarter. So we may even bring it up just in a quarter. Also, this should have been tapered as well, dang it. That sucks. But hey, let's march forward, right? Now that we've learned our lesson, we definitely won't repeat some of those mistakes again. I'm going to do a full construction like this again. We'll just do it for a bit more of the face. So we'll foreshorten this face a bit more and then bring this face more into view as well as this one. One big part of the 250 box challenge is, and a thing that a lot of people overlook, or at least I did, and that's what really hurt me, is start imagining the box you want to draw before you draw it. So like, notice how I said we're going to foreshorten this face more and show these faces more? Because we know, first off, if you foreshorten and hide a face more, the other faces in some way have to come out more. That's just how a box works. But now I know, okay, so this face needs to be larger. So that means this one's going to be more horizontal. This one's going to have a smaller angle, because the closer that these get to a 90-degree angle, the more you see that plane. So, for example, like, this is, what, 100... like 130 degrees, let's say, right? This line right here, this and this. And we don't see a lot of this plane. This one's really close to 90 degrees. It's like 100 degrees. And look, we see a lot of this plane. But now we're going to bring this one up. It means we have to expose this one a tiny bit more or foreshorten it more. Those are the decisions we have to make. So we're going to do just that. We'll do it right next to it because why not? So now, will it look a bit uncanny because I suck at consistency? Yes, but there we go. Ever figure out how to rotate a sphere in perspective? Yes, I can do that. Younger me used to think art was just a bunch of lines on paper. I didn't think art would be so complicated. Same here. I talked about it last stream about how I just drew the same thing over and over again, hoping that I'd understand it more. So yeah, like we said, this is going to be about 90 degrees. A bit more than that, because it's always good to just not have that many parallel lines. And let's make this a bit longer, because look how narrow this is. So I think the rule of thumb here is to make it a bit longer than you think you need to. And then this. That's really foreshortened though, so we'll go all the way out here. Cool. Oh, my posture sucks. Quick reminder. Oh my gosh, I didn't start the timer. Dang it. Whatever. This is a quick reminder, everybody. Jeez, we've... Yikes, whatever. Quick reminder, everybody, to take a quick sip of water. Quick break before we do this. Stretch out a bit. All that good stuff. Same here. I drew a lot of furries, I'm not gonna lie. There's, I'm not sure if the comic exists anymore. There's this comic that I really liked. I didn't know it was furry art at the time. I still love it though. And I drew a lot of the characters from that, like, over and over again. I'll try to find the comic after stream. It was that and robots. I was obsessed with robots. It wasn't House Pets, was it? I think it was, but I'm not sure. It looks familiar. I really like the cartoon, I mean, obviously cartoony style to it, but it's like there's an artist and musician, like artist in both those terms. That Nobunonoko, I think, or Nobunoko, kind of has that style on their album art for their music, which I really appreciate. I'm gonna bring this one out just a tiny bit more. Let my intuition guide where that should land. I think after 250 boxes, my intuition is a bit, toned a bit more. I can trust it. So whenever your gut feeling just tells you, this doesn't seem too right. This seems a bit more close than I wanted, but whatever. So yeah, we're gonna worry about this one the most. This is the longest face of the skull. I think one day we're gonna have a coding stream. I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that though, because whenever you code, you have a lot of sensitive information on your screen. I'm gonna make sure I'm not like API keys, all that stuff. So maybe not. That may be a bit too long. And we won't really foreshorten this face too much. But since it's turned, we'll do it a tiny bit. Let's start with this line instead. Something's bothering me over here and I don't know what it is yet. I bet we'll figure it out eventually though. Oh man, I can hear the cicadas outside. Today's weather was beautiful. Somewhat like, you know, it had like the Toy Story clouds. I was hanging outside with my dog. Really good wind, good temperature. There's those moments where I really wish I could just like somehow capture everything. Like a picture or a video wouldn't do it justice. This sounds really nerdy, but whenever my family moves out of our house, because we've lived in this house for a very long time, I'm going to 3D scan everything inside of it for VR. They'll always have like the memory of the home, still decorated, everything. Like that's a bit too tilted. It needs to be like right here. There we go. It's strange, it's nerdy, but just the concept of like still having that memory, pretty well documented. Jacob Geller, one of my favorite YouTube essay writers, has a wonderful video on it called "How Can We Bear to Throw Anything Away?" I think that's the name of it. How can we bear to throw any... Okay. There we go. In fact, I don't put YouTube videos in chat too much. I'm gonna drop this one in chat. If you guys want something to fall asleep to tonight, or to make you question life a tiny bit, here is a video by Jacob Geller. He needs no introduction. One of the most popular of its people on YouTube, but still, I really appreciate his work. His latest video, I want to rewatch it because I don't feel like I absorbed it enough. On what was it called? See, you guys, I suck with names. I apologize. I mean, I literally just mispronounced Kim Jong-gi. Nothing ever stops existing. Brilliant video, not only edited like essay wise, but the editing was very creative. Go support him if you can. To like readjust my whole angle of view to see this stuff. I just feel like I want to move it in a tiny bit. So I will. So one thing I did when I started, oh wow, very long, whatever. Like I wouldn't say this is 3 units tall, I'd say it's only 2. Because it's almost the same length as that, so that's our mistake. This should have been longer, this should have been shorter, we foreshortened it too much at least. Yeah, actually no, this should have been longer. Anyways, so yeah, let's make a steps. I had a professor that said this for once and I really didn't like him, but it is somewhat catchy. He calls it steps to success. He promoted memorizing equations instead of understanding them, so I don't necessarily like that mentality. And same here, like understand how a box works, but for constructing the rest of the head, let's create kind of an algorithm, right? So let's take that chunk out of the back, bottom of the head, right? That's probably one of the first and most important steps. And then we taper on both the head, this like top of the cranium, and then to the tip of the jaw. And then we take these portions out. Cool. That's our algorithm. So let's do it to perfection. Yeah. So yeah. Fix my posture. Crouching a lot. This is off, isn't it? I'm going to find our thirds up on this one and then extend it back, because we're going to need the third for this part of the head up here, that upper third. So if we know where the midpoint is, we can start estimating it as Anatole described yesterday. I'm going to move that down just intuitively. There, so that's about half. So now we can say the third is about here. Move that down a bit. Third. I think that's pretty good. So this lower third, I'm going to bring it back now. That misses the mark, doesn't it? Actually. Yeah. It needs to come up a little bit. About right there. Cool. Now we can drop that. There. We have multiple ways of approaching this. This is the laziest one, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. Actually, yeah, this is doable because now, since we have this line, we can just drop it until this one hits that line. About right there. Is this third a bit lower than it should be? Yes, but we'll live. It's a lot to wrap your head around. No pun intended. So now we'll take our quarters off. We decide we're going to move it up to about a quarter right here. This one's going to be longer than this one intuitively, because this is getting foreshortened just a tiny bit. These all go to the same VP. Oh, this foreshortened side is making everything a bit more difficult. Wasn't the best line in the world, but we're gonna survive. Doesn't match up too well, doesn't it? Then this tapers once again. We'll also do... It seems it doesn't taper as much, so we'll make this one like 3/16. If you want a number. Oh wait. Oh no, okay, the frontal plane is still flat on this version. There is a chin divot though. So we'll add the chin divot. And I added this line here because now we have this intersection from the middle. We bring this line up from here to here. We now have that intersection. And then somewhere on this line, right here. That happens, and then it gets thrown to the back. What a fun puzzle. And I'm not going to do that on both sides because we're not even seeing the other one. Come on. Okay, so yeah, we know that this one has its square moment. You can tell I'm focused when my English stops making sense. One strange thing that I mean, I expected it because I post in Drawbox, and a lot of the Drawbox community is Canadian. But a lot of my YouTube, like my statistics, I think like 50% of my viewers are Canadian. Let me go check that stat. Which, I mean, makes sense, but now I'm getting a lot of viewers and So I'd expect it to like even out, but it hasn't. It's still pretty Oh wow, we recently hit 3,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Or 3,000 not subscribers. Oh my gosh. Views, huge. Yeah, analytics, audience. So yeah, most people who watch my videos are between 25 to 34 years old, which I don't think is a accurate statistic. 64% or 65 practically are male, 36 are female, or 35 are female. 62% are not subscribed. And where's the top geographies? United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Turkey, India. Two. I didn't know we had some people from Turkey. Hello, everybody from Turkey. See more. Gosh, guys, that. Yeah, a lot of Canada. Yeah, 3.7% of my viewership on live is, which is the majority, is Canadian. But I think that's also a bit skewed because Delano has been there for most of my streams. So yeah. Yeah, so this we want to actually look tapered, right? So we'll do that, and then that, and hopefully it'll make it tapered. One day. Yeah, right, since you have YouTube Premium, I sadly still don't get your money. Come on, dude, turn ads on. I'm kidding. No, I don't get any money from YouTube. That's one thing. I'm not sure if it's against TOS, but I'll always try to be like transparent about the money I'm making on this channel. Because money isn't my goal on this channel. And maybe another YouTuber being like a smaller YouTuber. Because only big YouTubers are kind of transparent, but I think a smaller YouTuber also being honest. Oh, shoot. I just realized we made the same mistake. We didn't taper it up here. Oops. My bad. But yeah. I'll let everybody know who doesn't know. For you to start making money on YouTube, you either have to hit 500 subscribers and I think 1,000 views cumulative, or you have to hit like 1 million on you. There's also a YouTube Shorts version here. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so eligibility, there's two ways. It's either getting 500 subscribers and 3 video uploads, or getting, oh my gosh, 3,000 watch hours and 3 million views on shorts. And I only have 386 public watch hours and 0 shorts views. I have been thinking about making a YouTube short of like how I make boxes. Uncomfy already does a wonderful job, and my way isn't unique to me. I think the person who actually like invented it is Scylla Stew from the Drawbox community. But like I watched her streams for stuff. She does a great job of explaining it. But yeah, I think that's like the only short. I'm not a huge fan of short form content. But like if it's already going to be a short video that is constructing a box, why not make it like that? I'm going to go ahead and do this plane of the face. And then we'll worry about the taper. Still kind of meh. Not the best. Bryce, have you ever thought about like cosplaying like Gundam stuff or like mechs and stuff? I feel like, I know I get that vibe. Not calling you a nerd. Just given how much stuff you have and all that, I feel like you'd find some joy in that atmosphere. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. This line is good. Cosplaying, yeah. Not for you, I guess. Okay, huge, huge, huge. This one is like technically right here. Oh, this is so weird. Because that means this drops right here. Would be a bit out. This is where the guesstimation comes in, because like, if you, unless you want to do crazy strategies that I don't know of, you gotta do this. Ooh, I'm lost. Okay, I'm back. Whew. And then I would love to go to TFCon or Comic-Con one day. I want to go to Comic-Con one day. I really love like seeing all the cool cosplay, what people are selling, all the individual artists. Where's Comic-Con usually held? Comic-Con. Wow, this website sucks. Dang. Is this the actual Comic-Con like website? There's no way. That just looks awful. San Diego. Oh shoot. Okay, so I'm not too difficult for some people to go to. Dude, when is Comic-Con? July. Oh wait, it just happened. Dang, and it's in the summer, so that's kind of, dude. Wait. How much are? I'm gonna look up plane flights. Wait a second. How much is a from where I live, which is undisclosed? Yeah, it's already over, but for like next year. Okay. San Diego. What? $62. It probably rises during Comic-Con, no pun intended. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, okay, I can only go to June 2025, where it's $400 in June 2025. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna. And if it was a 7-day trip. But the fact that, yeah, September and August have like super low prices. We'll catch it next year. Oh my gosh. That's the thing. Traveling in the US, the plane flights aren't expensive. It's the housing. Like traveling in Europe, it was $600 for me to be in Portugal, or like $700. That includes travel, food, and housing. Because, you know, it's like 28, 15 euro. Or I think my most expensive hostel was 20 euros. Ironically, that was my least favorite hostel. It was my least favorite hostel because it was already a red flag, because I was in a room with 24. It was a 24 person room, or like 16 person. It was a crazy number that's divisible by 4. I remember that. And the bunks were too high, and I think there was 8 bunks. Yeah, so 16. And there's people, you know, all around me, whatever. I'm used to sleeping in the same room as other people during the hostel trip, whatever. But the person who had we had cubbies, which were really nice, like that weren't under our bed, but like lockers, which were super small, so it wasn't that nice as others. But the dude right next to me put a sock on his handle, which is against the rules. And like the person giving me a tour, a tour in a hostel? What? I'm gonna cut the music real quick to fix the screen thing. But she like took it off, and it was like, ew, and then like they were drying stuff right above me in my bunk. And I was like tired. I mean, yeah, you're nasty, whatever. I don't care though. And then the person I was sleeping right next to was actually like, I don't like cursing on stream, so I'm not going to, but he was sharding himself the entire night. Like, oh my god. I wanted to record it. Like, I was too tired. Like, I was in the state where you're too tired to move or do anything to fix it. Like, your light is on or whatever. You're like, I don't care. I wanted to pull out my phone and just, yeah, it's disgusting. On a shared locker, dude, come on. The entire hostel was musty, and most hostels, like for the bathrooms, you usually have to shower in front of people, or some hostels, and I'm okay with that. I literally had to do it at the hostel right before that one. But this one, it was connected to the entirety of the bathroom, and the entire bathroom was one rectangle. So the moment you stepped out of the shower, because you had to put on your clothes, otherwise like you'd get your clothes wet as well, you were just in front of everybody, not just the shower people, completely naked. So that wasn't totally enjoyable, I'm not gonna lie. One thing, because that was my first time going through a hostel, one thing that people don't think... Oh wait, I misinterpreted. Usually stuck on the handle means don't come... Yeah, no, it was on a locker. It was on locker, so... but still, yeah, he probably just meant don't go into my locker, even though there was locks on the lockers. Hence the name a locker, not a... Whatever, anyways. Sorry. Yeah, the city I was staying in, Coimbra, it was nice, but everyone left for Christmas, so it was just me, and like it was very boring because of that. It was a very beautiful city though. There was one guy there, so the hostel is behind the city gate of Coimbra, and there was literally a homeless person who first night I gave him some money and then I walked through the gate. He was guarding the gate every single day, and when I didn't have any money to give to him, he actually like started yelling at me and the police got involved. They're like, hey dude, calm down. Like, literally there was like a troll guarding the gate to my hostel. Insanity. Anyways. Here's our completed head. Messy. Novice. But we did an okay job. And now we're going to start constructing it without all the extra geometry. Is this going to be really rough? Yes. You guys have not seen how bad this is going to be in a matter of seconds, but... I've not been... Actually, wait, have I been to San Diego? I think it's just been San Francisco. So yeah, not San Diego. Yeah, no, I've not been San Diego. I've heard the weather's wonderful. Compared to where I live, at least. Alrighty, so let's start using our brain, everybody. I kind of want to keep committing to the 3/4 views just to make my life easier. We'll see, though. We're going to at least start with a box. I'm not going to graduate from that just yet. We're going to do another 3/4 view right here. That's way too far. Go. Why is my page lifting? It's not helpful. I just realized I went to the gym before stream, so I don't have to worry about it. Not that I dread going to the gym, but I dread going to the gym after stream because it's dark and late and I'm tired. Do I feel like when I'm walking home? That's the thing. When during the winter in college, I think it was my second semester. I could only go to the gym during the night, and during that winter, walking home at night, just to go, not even walking to my dorm. I would walk back to my dorm, change, and then go to the library. And those walks and like the cold weather, just to go back to studying until like 1 a.m. That was like the most harrowing. Like, I don't know how I did it. I intuitively I should have just quit, guys. There was no pride in doing stuff like that. Just go home and get sleep, please. That's the biggest lesson I've learned in school. Get sleep. doing things the hard way does not necessarily mean you're doing it the right way. Just because it isn't easy doesn't mean it's correct. Now, can you make things harder to get a better result? Yeah. Picking up the training wheels, putting on more weight, turning your sheet music upside down. I've seen people do because they're crazy. Increasing the tempo. Like, one really cool thing I saw the other day for like a good practice for being able to reference shapes and stuff easily is, like, let's say you have a picture of a person, right? And you want to do a reference, a study of that person, right? Or use them as a reference, or mostly a study. Flip it upside down. So when you flip the person upside down, you now don't recognize those common shapes that come with a human. You don't try to draw what people call symbolically. You're drawing what you see, not the symbol of what you see. A common error that a lot of beginners have, and Comfy talked about this in one of his videos. I think it was lesson 4, one of the constructions. We don't do some symbolic drawing. We don't want to do that. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. You could create caricatures. There we go. Oh my gosh. With it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we want to draw what we see. And so we need to remove that part of our brain that sees a cat and then just draws any cat. No, we want to draw exactly what we see. And so turn your reference upside down. It really helps get rid of all of your expectations of what you think you ought to be drawing instead of what you should be drawing. Whoa, the piano in the song I'm listening to sounds like the Fire Is Gone piano from Ultra Kill. Oh, Rise, did you ever see my Ultra Kill drawing for the promptathon? Now I never know if people are actually in the stream or not because since I stream in 1080p. I did not. Was it inspiring? It wasn't inspiring, but it definitely made me a lot happier. Here, I'll send it. Yeah, I think I have to look. So for everyone, this is like somewhat cringy of me to show because it's like, it's a bit metal, but it really made me happy with how it turned out. As all things go. Here it is. I can't, this was for the angel thing. I really liked how it turned out because, like, I remember we were like, should we add oil? That's oil, guys, not blood, I promise. Oh no, what was my oh yeah, he broke his pen or something, his ink all over him. Otherwise it'd be red if it was blood, right? No. But you know, I was really happy with how this one turned out. However, it is a bit unconfident near the legs, and then I messed up a lot of the stomach, but I was very happy with this one. In fact, I'd say this one was my favorite out of... Oh yeah, and then we have our little guy right here. I also like the little guy, the little Mothman. This one was completely because of Delano. We would not have been able to do that without Delano. The difference in my promptathon submissions from this promptathon compared to literally just a couple months ago is insane. Lesson 2 versus lesson 4, baby. Oh my gosh. I used a reference for the pose and then a reference from Ultra Kill. Mothman, yeah. And then the Mothman was no reference for the pose, but we did have some inspiration from someone else's drawing of a Mothman, and so we can kind of combine the two. But yeah, the pose was inspired by Gojo's like ascension pose, right? Of him like raising his hands, but I was like, okay, we need to find something like that. And then I just got like any picture of V1 because I've seen V1 enough to know most of the shapes on there. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I think my next video is going to be the lesson 3 and 4 review, but I also want to do something in between there, like a YouTube short or something. Not for views, but to literally just have like, here's how you make a box. Easy. Here's how ellipses work. Easy. Like quick tidbits of information. I never want my YouTube shorts or any of my content to be view farms. I want it to be helpful. That is the #1 rule on this channel. In terms of making videos and content, it ought to be helpful. Or if not, just fun. You gotta have fun. So, here's our box. We're limiting ourselves to... It's a bit of a big third. We're gonna move it down here. Down here. Nice, okay. And then this line will exist on the surface. God, I'm such a sucker for minimalist piano. So no matter what, these lines will be here on the surface. Oh, we forgot to do the chin again. Oh my gosh, guys. Ugh. And this is flat, so we know this will make contact for now, but there will be a chin there. So in fact, we'll do a line here and then stop it right before that chin. And then we'll bring that line up. What's up, Delana? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sure. But it is also tapered, so it is a bit weird how it's gonna like... be a bit back there. And that's going to go back here. Gonna land on this line right here, so it's gonna be about right there. Also gonna go up there. No giga chatting today. That jawline. Go. Now more on the surface of this. We know it's gonna land at the half. This down, that's the half. Then we know the third is right here. We'll extend the third back. Then we'll meet these two in the middle. Now this line right here will meet where it starts. We'll bring this one to these two lines. Or wait, yeah. We'll go back here. That'll sink in a bit. This one will sink in on this line. Like so. I say like so a lot. I apologize, guys. I'm just gonna raise paper into here. I'm gonna give this to us to help us out. And then we're gonna go up here. So I'm gonna set these here as just kind of boundaries to help me out. Now this song, it has the piano of Ultra Kill and then the kind of like warped background of the ending song of Outer Wilds. So it is quite literally one of my favorite songs of all times. It could be worse, just like this, yeah. It's and then whatever I say. I forgot what I say already. Ironic. Yeah, now I'm self-aware. It's like manual breathing. I'm sorry I just said that in front of you guys. Please don't start manual breathing or manual blinking or feeling your own blood in your veins or any of that horrible stuff. Spells don't exist, but those words do. I'm just gonna say that. I'm so sorry. I just like cursed all of you. I probably lost a subscriber. I apologize. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So this goes to here. That goes there. Stardew, so actually, I think Game Chops has a start here, right? Game Chops, Stardew. The music you're listening to right now is by the publishers, oh, you will not believe it, Kat. They have a Stardew Valley lo-fi playlist, so I'll add that just for you next stream. How about that? Thanks for the video breathing reminder. You know, so Game Chops takes original music and then makes it free use by doing their own interpretation of it. That's not strictly the same melodies. It sounds like it though. So we'll have some Stardew Valley music next stream. It's going to be randomized, so we may not get it perfectly, but it'll be there. Okay, and then we have from here, we have our taper in and back, and then in. It's going to end up on this line. So maybe we can bring that in just a tiny bit more. Like so. Okay, we have those lines. This one travels back. This one goes back. A lot of intuition, guys, here. I apologize if that's... You distrust me now for my constructive capabilities. However, all of art is at some point just... guessing. Wow, that went a bit better than I expected, everybody. Look at that. So yeah, I definitely need to make it a bit longer. Make the chin a bit more noticeable. And then actually... Okay, yeah, so this needed to go like right here instead, but I think that's pretty good. Other than that, did a pretty decent job. We're working smaller, so that's both a good and a bad thing sometimes. Smaller means you lose detail, which can be helpful if things get too complicated. But that also means you lose less. You lose the room you could be using to experiment. Yeah. Because like my errors are quite literally smaller now. I have a smaller margin for error because everything's smaller. But once you get larger, your error propagates, so. Welcome to math, everybody. Should we call it here? I think we've had a successful stream, and I'll just do more of these in my own time tomorrow, and then we'll meet back up. And I say we do just these tomorrow as well. It's a slow process, I know, but if it's what it takes, right? This is turning out to be a bit more difficult than I imagined, but hey, that's what art is, right? 5 more minutes. Bah, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Are we gonna do a review today? Yeah, we'll do a quick review. I made it like a little cardboard holder for all of my materials. Yep, today is we're gonna skip over there. So yeah, this is lesson we'll call it Tom Fox lesson 1. Skull. An idea of turning clouds into mechanical machines is some sort of inspiration, as finding the form is usually the hardest part. Yeah, clouds are difficult, but dude, that actually sounds really fun. Are you thinking of like solar punk, or more of like the Matrix? That's what, you know, like the 2 directions I'd go. Also, Rise, I'm not sure if you're here. These marks on my hand are residuals from me being stung by a jellyfish in Italy. They don't hurt anymore, which is good. It was really hurting the other day, but we seem to have healed. Yeah, Rise, I'm really glad you've capitalized on that idea. Or you're going to at least, right? Yeah. So, head construction steps. Forgive my handwriting. I'm trying to write a bit fast so we can... Yeah. It was a mauve stinger. But hey, I have no hate for jellyfish. Honestly, I see them still as very cool creatures. The fact that... So also, everybody, PSA. Whenever you get stung by a jellyfish, run it underwater, take a credit card, and try to scrape off the things, right? Immediately. That's one of the first things you should do, is scrape off the stingers, for at least the mauve stinger. I'm not sure about like the more deadly ones. Then after that, once you go to home or whatever, right? Take tweezers and pick out the stinger cells. I did not do that, and that was a big issue of why it still hurts and it's so bad, is because I never took out the stingers, then put cortisol cream on it. Some people have like vinegar or like Epsom salt. I'm not sure, I haven't done those things. That could be valid, but yeah, at least do that for the initial like stages of it. Don't pee on jellyfish stings, guys, come on. So yeah, head construction steps. I like to establish the box. I'm gonna say establish planes. The major ones, at least. Cool. Then from those, my next step is I like to instantly find the, oh my gosh. Occipital gap and remove. And then we like to taper jaw, or taper chin. 5, taper cranium. And then 6, yeah, I guess, yeah. I was gonna say remove, but yeah, taper back and forehead. Cool. See, those are my steps. We make a box. We get rid of the occipital area, or that's where the neck is, but like right below the occipital bone. And then we taper the head. We get rid of the chin. And then we taper this up here, and then get rid of these objects right here. So taper just means set up those little lines for success. I'm very happy that we kind of found this algorithm and it didn't suck too miserably, but we'll do different, harder versions of this tomorrow. So, with that being said, everybody, that's my thing. Okay, with that being said, that's my outro. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Of course, all of you. Rise, Dazzling, Cat, Anatole is here in spirit, I think we should say. Delano, And then Noob God joined us earlier in the stream. And on the side, of course, Rise, if I didn't say Rise. And then RoboSky. RoboSky was in the Discord before this. So shout out to him as well. I think that's everyone and everything. We're going to keep streaming till the end of this week. I don't really have any gap days planned. Trying to get my friend to come back from Boston so we can hang out for a night. So maybe that would get in the way, but you know, we're moving back to college in 2 weeks, so there will be probably a missing stream somewhere here and there. Yeah, I'll try to put Stardew Valley music in before next stream so we could all party with that a bit. Our 30 minutes or 30 seconds are still up, but watch this. Bam. Oh wait, no, not enough. No, wait, no, stop. Okay, there. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. I muted the music instead of my mic. Oops.